Hey guys, how's it going? Good morning. Let me go and set up this room real quick and then we can get started. 6:18 right now. We got about 12 minutes till market open, so we do have some time, but I'm going to go ahead and get this all over with so that we can get started with our analysis. So let's get all those things set up over here. All right, that looks good. That looks good. All right, solid. All right, cool. So as this gets set up right here, let me get the Zoom link out for the premium members. So here's the Zoom link. See if there's anything here that I missed. Props there from Emmanuel. All right, nice. I'm gonna start letting people into the room now. So give it a few minutes, guys, for people to join in. Once we have enough people in the room, we can start with our analysis of US 30. It's 6:20 right now. We have about 10 minutes to market open, so we still have a lot of time. There's no rush, but of course you want to get out of the way as soon as possible. So good morning, everybody. Give it some more time for people to make their way in. It's good for the most part. All right, cool. Morning, Truth. Morning, Abraham. Morning, Christopher. Morning, Randall. Morning, Miles. Thanks, Randall. Yeah, man, it's getting cold over here. It's really starting to feel like fall and winter. I usually don't wear jackets, but man, it's freezing this morning. Morning, Matt. Morning, Badad. Morning, Miles. Morning, Adrian. I'm gonna keep admitting people into the room so that we can get started. Morning, Adrian. Morning, Lisa. All right, yeah. So I didn't catch this trade here. There was actually a trade that was pretty nice right here. So price broke this high right here. You know, using the scalp strategy that we're forward testing. I missed it just by like a few minutes. I like was staring at it from like 6 until 6:08, and then I figured it was getting kind of like late into the session, like closer to the open. So I didn't take it, but if I took this trade here, this would have been a really nice profit because it literally went straight to profit right after it passed through it right there. So it would have hit in a minute. Unfortunately, I missed it because it was getting close to market open. So I decided not to take it. But you know, if we took it, it would have been really nice. So we'll be looking for more scalps as we go. However, it's 6:21 right now. So let's just identify what the bias is for the technicals on US 30 right now. So let's see. Morning, Fumi. Morning, RJ. Morning, Lisa. Morning, Fernando. Morning, everybody. Today's Thursday. Just keep in mind, there is some news today, I believe. Let me check real quick. So today's Thursday. We did have unemployment news at 5:30. So you guys did see a lot of spikes in price pre-market. It was positive news, so it spiked it up. We got to watch out for that after because it can easily shift it the other way. Also, we have Fed member Bostic speaking at 7. So today's going to be a very careful day to be trading because it's 6:30. Market's opening in about 8 minutes, 30 minutes from then. We have Fed member Bostic speaking. Then we have natural gas storage at 7:30. And then we have crude oil inventories at 8 o'clock. Then again, at 10, we have Fed member Barkin speaking. So we'll be looking for trades, but we're going to be a little more careful when determining whether we want to take the trade or not, because there's obviously going to be some news that will be impacting the market. So let's go and analyze US 30 real quick here on the 1 minute. Price is above the pivots and the trend meters green. So we're going to identify this as a bullish bias for the 1 minute. Looking over here at the 3 minute, we have the same thing, right? Price is above the pivots and the trend meters green. So on the 1 minute and 3 minute, we have a bullish bias. Main reasons because price is above the pivots and the trend meters green. Lastly, looking at the 10 minute here, same exact situation, right? So over here on the 10-minute, you guys can see that there was a bunch of scalps here that were available actually using a snipe strategy. Let me see if there's any other zones above here, just so that we can look out for them. So yeah, looking at this right here, there's nothing available currently. But as you can see, as price was moving its way up, there was a ton of entries that were available because we did have a rejection off the pivot, rejection off the structure as it made its way up. So we'll be looking for that here. Going back to the other 10-minute over here, the daily entry. With this, we'll be looking for the first valid entry or first valid signal after market open. So I'll just put the requirements here so that you guys are aware and you guys are already looking for specific trades. But I mean, obviously, you know, we're still going to be testing a lot of stuff here. And John, I see that you're here in the room. I did see your question earlier where you asked whether we take the opening candle. We don't take the opening candle because the opening candle can generally be manipulated. So that's why we don't take that candle there. We wait for the one after it, similar to the normal daily strategy. So I'll put these strategies right here for you guys who are new and you guys aren't familiar with it, or even if you guys are familiar with it, just so that you guys can see exactly what we're looking for here. Same with, I'm not going to put the 1 minute right now because obviously we're going to be looking for the breakout. You know, just keep in mind, guys, the breakout has been kind of choppy like the past couple weeks, the past 2 weeks. So you guys want to make sure to, I would probably recommend using a half lot size for the breakout, and then save that capital, you know, your risk for the scalps following, because the breakout has been kind of risky. Let's go back over here to the fundamentals. Looking at the futures data, it's currently at 323 points in the green. It's bouncing between 323, 321, which indicates that it's a strong bullish bias right now. However, when the market opens, that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to stay up there. Looking at retail sentiment over here, it's 50% short. So it's just right down the middle. There's 50% short, 50% long. So there's no bias here off the retail sentiment. This is going to be of use to us. The main thing that we're going to be looking at is going to be the fundamentals and the technicals, because retail sentiment is just one-sided. Looking at this right here, this technically would be another scalp entry using the high-low strategy if it closes above there, but I'm not going to take it because market is going to be opening soon. So I'll just mark it up here and we can follow it, like, you know, if it plays out, but I don't recommend anyone take it because the market is going to be open shortly. And you're going to see some unusual spikes in price, whether to the upside or the downside. So this is a strategy right there that we would have applied. Right here, obviously I'm not going to take it, but we'll just follow it just to see how it plays out. I'll put a little alert there. Let's see. Yeah, so we'll just follow it, but I don't recommend anyone take it because the market is going to be open shortly. Morning, David. Morning, Professor. Morning, Jay. Morning, everybody. Morning, Kenny. All right, so we'll be looking for the breakout. Don't take this trade here, guys. We're just following it. The reason why we wouldn't take this trade is because the market is opening in 4 minutes. When the market opens, you're going to see some crazy spikes in both directions, right? You'll see it spike up, you'll see it spike down. So I don't recommend anyone take the trade here. We're just going to follow it just to see how it moves and whatnot. But I never recommend anyone taking any trades between 6:20 and 6:30 because that's when the market opens at 6:30. So just be careful. Yeah, that's right. So Hugo said climbed pretty heavy since the beginning of Asia session. I agree. I did notice that as well. It's been climbing since yesterday morning. So yesterday morning over here, we saw this. I mean, a lot of people caught the breakout. So the breakout right here, I mean, not the breakout, the daily entry. So a lot of people caught the daily entry right here. They caught it for a quick 1,500 pips right here. And then as soon as it hit our TP, it just ended up climbing like since yesterday, basically. Yesterday at 7 o'clock. It's been climbing all day. So it's been pretty nice, I mean, for the most part. But we'll see what happens here because, I mean, at this point, you know, this doesn't necessarily mean it's going to continue. It can easily just bounce back down. So I'd be very, very wary for anyone thinking to trade for a buy specifically. So we'll see what happens next. But market is opening in about 3 minutes. So once we have that market open in 3 minutes, we can determine, you know, what direction we plan on trading after we see the fundamentals. It looks like that 1 minute scalp's about to hit full TP right there. Looks like it hit TP and then it just came right back down. It just, I don't know why I didn't trigger the alert right here, but it did come up and hit the TP right there. So kind of weird, but you guys can see obviously it hit TP because it has a line pointing to the top green right there. Morning, Dalmas. Morning, everybody. All right, market's opening in about 2 minutes. In the next 2 minutes, I'm going to close the chat, and I'm just going to be focused on the trades for the time being. So just keep that in mind. Clean this real quick. All right. All right, market is opening in about 30 seconds. We already have a bullish bias right now on the technicals and for the fundamentals. We just need to see where the fundamentals are sitting when the market actually opens. So yeah, we'll see what happens here. All right, we got about 20 seconds, guys. 20 seconds till market open. Once we get that, we can start looking for some, possible trades and whatnot. All right, market's opening in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, market is now open. There goes a breakout to the top side. Obviously, you can see how the breakout happens on market open. That's why we don't take trades between a huge spike to the upside. I'll just give a little update here because I think a lot of you guys did take this trade here, and you got the alert right there for that. So I think a lot of you guys did take this trade right here, even though I didn't take it. But I'll give you guys a little update in the group. Just to, yeah, it's a huge spike to the upside. So guys, just got to be careful with this here. Well, I mean, today in general, because when it spikes up so much like that, it's going to have to come back down, right? It's just, it has to come back down. So it did follow our bullish bias. Pre-market, we did identify that. But I'm not going to take the breakout, obviously. I'm going to wait. That spike up is just too high, way too high. Or for us to want to hop into this, because it's probably gonna have to pull back down to some extent. So there we go, as it pushes up even higher. Now it's a crazy big spike up. So let's see, I'm gonna measure it from right here. Market open down here. So for market open, it's already spiked up about 750 pips. Technically, this is going to be the breakout right here. But I mean, obviously, I'm not going to take the trade because it's going to have to pull back a little bit. So I don't recommend anyone take this. It's just too big of a move, right? It's going to have to pull back at least slightly before it continues to push up higher. So let's look at the fundamentals real quick. Go and refresh the daily average. Daily average is currently up 425 points. That's a huge push to the upside. Man, this is crazy. This has got to be all green too. Let me refresh this. Yeah, so it's pretty much all green. The only stocks here that are red are McDonald's and Boeing, but they're not really that red. They're down to 0.24 points, and Boeing's down 0.38, but it's not really down very much. So I don't recommend anyone take this trade right here because it's going to have to pull back, right? This is such a huge candle. It's going to have to pull back slightly. And I just wouldn't do it because it's so one-sided. A lot of people are just chasing the move right now because it spiked up so high. What might happen is this might spike back down and then it'll either, come back up or it's going to keep dropping further. So just something to keep in mind. Also, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to draw a line at the the opening candle. So market open right here. This is going to be a key price point to be looking at right here. So one of two things is going to happen. Price is either going to continue pushing up or it's going to come down and retest the opening price. When it comes down and tests the opening price right here, one of two things will happen from that point. Price will either bounce off the opening price and come right back up, or it's going to break through and just completely reverse. So that's something to look out for. What I we'll probably see happen is because the fundamentals are so strong. I think it's going to stay above the line. The fundamentals. See, the problem here too is that CNBC just released this news article indicating that the Dow jumped, nearly 400 points. The problem with this is that a lot of people are going to bandwagon into that move, right? They're going to see that news event. They're going to be like, damn, the Dow is just shooting up like crazy. So when they see that, people are going to hop into some buys and they're going to spike price down and stop those people out. And then when they have enough people stopped out, they're going to spike it right back up just to have them rejoin. And then they're just going to do the same manipulative pattern over and over again until, they pretty much dry out everyone who's trying to play with the market right now. So I don't recommend taking any trades at this moment, guys. I recommend just probably waiting a bit, seeing where price is going to go. And then once you have the confirmation as to where price is going to go, then I would probably enter some trades. Because currently right now, we really don't know where price is going to go. Obviously, price is supposed to go up. You guys can see from the fundamentals here, it's completely green, right? There's no reason for it to be coming down at all. The entire stock index is green, aside from JP Morgan and Boeing. McDonald's is now in the green. Looking at the futures data, it's currently up 324 points. So there's no reason for it to come down at all. However, since everyone thinks the same way, you guys have to think of it from a psychological perspective. If all the retail traders are like, oh, this is going to keep pushing up higher and higher, what do you think is going to happen? They're going to drop price to stop those people out, right? Because that's how market makers and institutions make money. They have to stop out the retail trader. That's why a lot of retail traders aren't good at trading and they're not consistent, because they keep following each other. And that's why we do the complete opposite. If we see retail traders buying, we sell. If we see retail traders selling, we buy. As you can see right here, price is now coming down. This is why I recommend not to take this breakout because of this specific reason. This candle is too big. It's going to have to retrace down a little bit before it spikes back up. So we'll see what happens next. So if this passes through here, or we'll just delete this because we're not even taking this trade anyways. That was just the markup. Let's see what happens when price reaches this line right here, right? This line is the opening price. When price reaches this point right here, it'll either bounce above it and come right back up, or it's going to break through and just come down even further. I generally don't want to trade when the numbers are this high. If you guys have seen before, I look for when number is above 100 points or below 100 points, but when it's like above 200 points or below 200 points, that's when it becomes risky because everything's so one-sided. You definitely don't want to be trading following a move when it's like going one-sided, because if it's doing that, it's probably going to be manipulated, right? It gives the market makers like room to manipulate, because if everyone thinks it's going to be a buy, then they're going to do the opposite. They're going to drop price because that's how they make money. They're going to stop people out, and then when it gets low enough, they're going to buy back into the position. They're going to push price all the way back up. So that's that's the game. The only reason we know this is because we trade US 30 every single morning for the past 3 years. So we've identified how price moves in different seasons, different sessions, and in different market conditions as well, just depending on like what type of news is released. Also, we have the Fed speaking shortly. So we have the Fed speaking at 7, which is in about 24 minutes. Yeah. So this is what I kind of see happening. I see price coming down a little bit. And then when the Fed speaks at 7 over here, this is probably where it's going to spike back up. 7 o'clock, right? They're just going to keep dumping price down. And then that's going to be the reason for it to spike up, because the Fed's going to speak. They're going to say good things about the economy. And then they're just going to shoot price all the way back up. But you can see right here, price is currently getting to that, price point that I marked up right here. All right, so let's see what happens here as we continue on. We just need to give it some time. So some of you guys did lock in some pretty nice profits. So the professor here, he locked in a total of 2,500 right here. These are all of his trades. Very nice work right there, professor. So I'll save that over here. Tuan over here as well, locked in 12K actually. He held this for over a day. So he just held the buy and just rode it all the way up. Nice. Yeah, so you guys have been doing pretty good. All right, so you can see price right here. It broke below this price point. From this point right here, we're going to be waiting for it to either come back up or for it to keep pushing down lower. Let's go back to the fundamentals over here. This is why you guys don't want to trade when the market's being manipulated. Obviously, price is being manipulated right now because it's such a high push to the upside, and everyone thinks it's going to keep pushing up higher. And when the news got released over here, it did exactly what we thought, right? This news event was released at 6:05. So from 6:05, look what happened to price. or not 6:05. It was released like at 6:35, like 3 minutes ago, because that's when I pulled it up, right? So price was above here when that news release was posted right here on CNBC. It started pushing down, right? Because a lot of people already caught that move here. You guys can see that this breaking news button just came up, but this was it was posted at 6:05. So it was actually, this was published, but it wasn't posted, so it wasn't shared. It was published at 6:05, and that's where you see this big move to the upside, right? 6:05 right here, you see the push to the upside. But when we finally got the news here at 6:35, that's when price started coming down. So that's why you guys got to be careful with the CNBC news or just news in general. Don't follow news when it's released. You have to just wait and see how price reacts to the news, because usually it's going to do the opposite. And that's exactly what's happening here, right? So as you can see, I drew the line here to this point. Once price broke the price point right here, I said price was either going to bounce off it or come down. And look what happened. Price came down even stronger. So, same analysis that we use for almost every session that we trade US 30, it's the same pattern. And these are specific things that I look at. The only reason I know this is because I trade it so much. So, what I recommend to you guys is, I see a lot of people going back and forth between different assets. I would recommend just focusing on one and mastering it. That's why I'm so good at US 30, because this is the only thing I trade for the most part. All right, so let's see what happens here on the 3-minute. So this technically would be the breakout, or the daily entry for the 3-minute. I don't know if I want to take this trade though. Reason for that's because the fundamentals are so strong to the other side. So what I'll do here is I'll mark it up. But like I mentioned, I don't think I'm going to be taking any trades right now because the market is very, very risky. So if you guys do want to take the trade here, always remember you're taking this at your own risk, because I'm not taking it. So I'm not going to be counting this as like one trade that I take, because I'm not going to take it unless like it starts to look more and more plausible that it'll happen. The reason why I don't want to take it, because the fundamentals are so strong. Fundamentals are still 300 points in the green. So this can easily be a little pullback right here, and then it can easily just spike right back up, right? So it's not necessarily one that I want to be risking for a number of reasons. Also, if you're applying the scalp strategy right here, let me just delete this stuff. The scalp strategy right here, this would have been an entry for the scalp strategy. But like I said, I'm not going to be entering any trades right now, because I'm going to be waiting for price to stabilize. So as you can see right here, we have a valid sell signal right here, right? So let me just replay to this point. I'm just going to show you guys, the strategies here that we're applying. Even though I didn't take this trade here, this would have been an entry if, someone else took it. So looking at this right here, you want to confirm a valid K2 momentum signal, which would be right here. And you want to confirm prices below the K2 pivots, which are these two lines right here. Once you have that, you can enter on the open of the falling candle, which would be right there. Your TP stop loss would be 100 to 300, and you let this run. And there you go, full TP, broke right through. You could even have a wider stop loss, a wider TP for a 120 right there, and it still would have hit TP as well. So that's and you can see right here our price is spiking right back up. This is exactly why I wouldn't have taken the trade, because like I was mentioning before, price is just being manipulated right now. Whenever the bias is so strong one-sided, you're going to see a lot of manipulation in price, and you guys want to be very careful when you guys are trading during these conditions. Because and you can see price came up to the same exact price point that I marked up right here, and then it rejected back down. So we'll see what happens here. It's just a break and retest of the price point of entry. This price right here is a price that market opened at. It basically broke and retest right there. We'll see what happens right here if it ends up breaking above it and continues pushing up higher, or if it just comes right back down. I mean, one of two things will happen. My guess is that it's going to break through it and it's going to keep pushing up higher. And the reason for that is because the fundamentals are so strong to the upside. It's currently up 338 points right now. So just looking at this, everything's pointing towards a buy right now, right? But looking at the stock index right here, a lot of stocks are starting to turn red. So it's something to be careful and something to be aware of, right? Because if the stocks start to turn red here, it's going to start to balance out. And if it starts to balance out, then price is going to come right back down. So as you can see right here, price is attempting to break above here. Again, this would be another 1-minute scalp, but I'm not going to take this trade because there's just a lot of room for manipulation right here because of how price is currently moving. So as you can see right here, we have a valid buy signal. It's above the pivots. This technically would be a buy entry right here using the 1-minute scalp. So, I mean, if anyone wants to enter the trade, enter it at your own risk. However, I'm not going to take it myself because the market's too risky right now. And there you go. It hit full TP already within a few minutes. Market's just too volatile right now, guys. So I'm not really comfortable with taking, and you can see what happened here, right? Price broke above it and it shot up just like I marked up right here. Because this is a critical price point right here. This is where market opened. So I'll just give an update here for, the guys here who took it. Looks like some of you guys did catch it. As you see a couple messages here. Yeah, so Isai here, he took the trade, profit right there, 1,730. Nice work, Isai. So as you guys can see, even though I'm not taking the trades myself because I'm a very conservative trader, other people are taking the trades, right? It's really up to your preference whether you want to take the trade or not. But you can't be greedy. You have to hop in and hop out right away. Because if you get greedy, that you're just going to end up getting caught in the trade. You would have gone stopped out right there, right? So key here, guys, is not to get greedy, especially during these market conditions where price is just spiking around like crazy, right? It's just volatility is too high. If you're not disciplined enough to exit the trade when you're supposed to, then you're going to get caught in a lot of spikes in price where you're going to be on the wrong side of the market. So that's exactly why I did not want to enter the trade, because you can see how it spiked right back, right? There's a lot of manipulation going on. It's pretty clear here that price is being manipulated. They spiked it up, then it came right back down because what they were doing is they're trying to lure in some more buyers. It's the same patterns that just keep repeating themselves. So what I'll be doing here is I'll be following for the other scalps. I think I'd be much preferred to take these scalps rather than the pivot scalps, because for these, price is just passing through. It's not necessarily I'm not necessarily waiting for a specific signal. So you can see price is very, very choppy right here. Now it's coming right back up. This is one thing to be careful of because you don't want to get caught in these fake outs. So let's see, a lot of you guys did lock in some nice profits. So like Isai here locked in 1,730. That's really nice. Looking over here, we have Larkin. Larkin locked in a total of 5,190. Nice work, Larkin. Patricia here, she said she thinks she's done for the day. So she locked in a total of 2,505. She had a couple accidents right here. It looks like she just got caught in some spikes in price. The market's too volatile right now. So she locked in a total of 2,505. She had one loss, so she should have been profit like a little over 3,000. But she's being smart about it. Cheryl here as well. So Cheryl locked in a total of 1,638 just trading US 30 this morning. All wins, no losses. So definitely great work on Cheryl's end right there. And Tommy here is currently at 4,501. So definitely great work amongst everyone here who are taking these trades even during these risky conditions. Same with Jay over here. Jay is currently up 3,144. And you guys can see these are all different people. It's not just like one person profiting. There's a lot of different people here profiting using the strategies that we're applying here. Let me see real quick. So if this closes, or actually no, 1, 2, 3, this wouldn't be an entry because we need about 4 to 5 candles before we can consider this a valid high. So this right here would not be an entry. Let me go ahead and check the other profits here. Vincent is currently up 2,224. All wins, no losses right here. He took the buy and he took the sell both ways. So definitely great work right there, Vincent. Looking at Eunice over here, Eunice locked in. Looks like he made a mistake. He said made a mistake by taking a trade right at London Open, but made it most back. So this is also key, guys, that you guys don't get stuck on your losses and you guys are able to recover from it. So Eunice over here, he had a sort of big loss here because he traded during London Open, which I never recommend to do during London Open. Maybe during mid-London, but not London Open. He had a loss right there, right at London Open. However, he made his way back right here. He had a couple wins, another loss right here, and then he made it all back this morning. So this morning right here, about 6:37, he took the sell and he locked in a total of 1,306 or 1,036. Sorry, he just needs another win to cover that right there. That small loss, not a big loss, but he's recovered majority of it. So definitely great work right there, Eunice. Again, this is not going to be an entry because price already tested it. It needs to move at least 4 or 5 candles before it tests it for it to be a valid swing high or swing low. Other than that, let me see if there's anything else here. Morning active, morning Riga. C-Soup said he caught it. This is insane. I'm out until the market calms. Yeah, so definitely, if you guys don't know what you're doing, I would recommend that you guys sit out the market right now because the market is just too volatile. If you guys get greedy and you guys don't pull out of positions quick enough, then you might get caught in some of these moves here, which you definitely don't want to get stuck in, especially right here while price is like whipsawing back and forth. Because the last thing you want to do is see a buy, enter the buy, then it whipsaws back to the downside, and then it swings right back up after it hits a stop loss, right? When the market's moving like this is probably best for you guys to just sit it out. Also, we do have Fed member Bostic speaking at 7. So in about 12 minutes, Fed member Bostic is going to be speaking. This whole day is going to be full of news. A lot of this week had a lot of news. So this morning we have unemployment claims. At 7, we're going to have Fed member Bostic speaking. 7:30, we have natural gas storage, and then at 8 o'clock we have crude oil inventories with Fed member Barkin speaking from 10 until basically New York session close. So you guys definitely want to be careful because you guys can see how big these candles are spiking, right? This candle right here spiked about 500 pips. That's a huge spike. If you had a 300 pip stop loss, you would have been automatically stopped out if it came, opposite of you as soon as the candle opened. So something to just keep in mind, guys. You don't have to trade every single minute. You don't have to trade every single day. Some days it's better to be conservative and to wait for, better market conditions. Today's not a good market condition day, especially with the fundamentals so high. I generally don't like it when it's this high because when it's one-sided like this, it just provides a playground for manipulation. Because the thing is, if you were to just wake up, say if you just woke up right now at 6:40 and you go on CNBC and you're like, damn, everything is green here, right? So you're like, the Dow Jones is green, S&P is green, NASDAQ's green, Russell 2000 is green. What do you think people are going to do? They're going to hop in and they're just going to buy, right? And then as soon as they buy, price just gets spiked back and forth and they get stopped out because it's never going to be that smooth, especially on a day like this. If this was at 100 points in the green or 100 points in the red, that'd be nicer because price would be slowly moving up or slowly moving down. When it's so high like this and everyone's trying to buy, it causes an imbalance in the market. Because the thing is, price should just be going up, right? If the entire stock index is completely green and this number is so high, then there's no reason for the charts to just go higher and higher, right? However, that's not going to happen because they're not going to make it that easy for people to win at trading. Obviously, looking over here at the retail sentiment, it's 51% short. So it looks like a lot of people are trying to do the opposite, like of what we're doing, right? Because we're basically doing the opposite of everyone here. I think currently right now people are trying to buy because they see the numbers so high, but a lot of people are trying to do the opposite, which is going to create an even bigger imbalance. Because the thing is, if they keep selling here, then price is going to keep pushing up higher to stop those people out before they can actually dump it. So something to be wary of. 650 right now. I still don't have any entries that I've decided to take just yet. Still nothing here on the 3-minute as well. And I probably wouldn't even take this if it was a sell because the fundamentals are so high to the upside. That's just, it just becomes risky when you trade against the market like that. Almond milk is weird. Fresh juicery. All right, so looking at this right here, this technically might be a sell entry using the in progress strategy that we're working on. This is a strategy that one of our members, Deswell, thought of. We applied it yesterday, it worked out perfectly. Today, I don't know if it'll do the same because the fundamentals are so strong to the upside. So I probably wouldn't even take it if we got a sell because I don't want to go against fundamentals that's strong. Obviously, what I'd be looking for is I'll be looking for a dip and I'd rather take the buy. Like, so for example, here, I'm going to catch this as it keeps swinging down. And then when it swings right back up, then I'll probably catch that for a buy. But currently right now, there just isn't anything for us to take, right? Even looking at any of these strategies here, there's just nothing for us to take. Same with the 10-minute here. The 10-minute would be due for a drop, or it's been pushing up so high right here for the entire day. So it should be due for at least some sort of pullback or retracement before it continues to push up higher. But we can't really be the judge of that until it actually happens. So I'll take this price point off because it's irrelevant at this point. It's already going back and forth from where we currently are. And we'll see what happens here. Esai said last night sentiment was 55% short. Yeah, so with that said, price just kept pushing up last night. Even though it was so short, price just kept pushing up to stop all those people out. That's why sentiment now is currently at 51%. Let me refresh it. Yeah, 51% right now. Looking over here at the daily average, currently up 326 points. So it's still up pretty high. Let me refresh this too. Currently, the stock index is mostly green. There's a couple red stocks here, Merck & Co., Travelers Companies, Verizon, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Walgreens, and Boeing. So the main things that are red right now are Goldman Sachs, Walgreens, and Boeing. Other than that, everything is just like slightly in the red. Well, the one that's like really high right now is United Health Group. I don't know what's going on with United Health or why it's like so high, but it is high right now at this point. So let's see. Nice. So a couple of you guys are sending in your profits. Clyde over here locked in a total of 1,571. Big congrats to you, Clyde. Looking over here, RJ locked in a total of 4,078. Nice work, RJ. Going back over here, Angela locked in a total of 205 off her first account, and then her second account over here for US 30, she locked in a total of 579. Great work, Angela. Scrolling down further, Romania over here locked in a total of 2,465. Big congrats to you, Romania. And then farther below here, RJ 4,078. And Tommy over here, a total of 5,548. He had a small little loss there. It looks like it was probably an accident, but his other trades right here hit perfectly. They all hit full TP. So definitely great work right there, Tommy. Other than that, I think that's about it. So let me see what else is going on over here as we continue on. As you can see, price kind of just calmed down right now. It's slowed down a bit. You guys got to keep in mind that the Fed is speaking in about 6 minutes. So in 6 minutes, we're going to start to see some more movement as the Fed begins to speak and starts to announce things, with regard to the US economy. So we'll see what happens there. But we do have the swing low right here. So what I'd probably be looking for here, if I'm looking for a scalp, is I'm looking for price to come below this price point and close below here. If price closes below here, then I would probably take that for a little scalp, quick 100 pip scalp. Vice versa, if price ends up pushing above here, or maybe even above here, if a new high becomes established, then I'll probably be looking for a buy. So a lot of different scenarios here. It's just, about being patient. The Fed's going to speak in 5 minutes, so I don't even know if I'm going to be trading after that. Whenever like some big event like that happens, it just causes a lot of uncertainty in the market, because you don't know what they're going to say. Obviously, you're expecting the Fed to say good things about the US economy, but even though they're saying good things, price might be spiking the other direction. So that's why I usually don't trade news at all. I follow it. So I follow news to see how price reacts to the news event, but I don't necessarily trade off it. Like, you've seen people who trade directly off news, and that's a dangerous way of trading, because there's really no guarantee it's going to keep pushing in that direction or not. So Rav said a 3-minute invalid. Yeah, it was invalid. So no entry off that. What you have to be looking for is probably going to be the next valid signal. So if the next signal is a buy, then it can be a possible buy off the 3-minute. So let me turn on my alerts real quick so that we know when the signals are coming up, and I know exactly where to look. Technically right here, this would be another 1-minute scalp. Obviously I didn't take the trade. I should have taken it, but I missed it. Right there, I would have hit full TP again. So as you can see, there's a lot of entries that are becoming available. It's just risky moves, right? So you can see price came up and hit TP right there. That would be using the 1-minute pivot scalp. Because for this strategy, you want to be looking for, let me just turn this off. You want to be looking for a valid K2 momentum signal, which is right here. It's a valid signal because it's a green signal with a green candle within it. Second, you want to confirm that price is above the pivots for a buy. Right here, price is above the pivot, so you'd enter on the open of the falling candle, which would be right here. And as you can see, it would have hit TP within like a few seconds or so. Really quick move right there using the scalp. Unfortunately, I missed. I wasn't paying attention to the 1 minute. I would have taken that if I did see it, but unfortunately, I didn't take it, so it's okay. Let's see if anyone else here caught it. Yeah, if you guys caught that move, just let me know if you guys want the update in the group. I'm not going to put the update right now because I had to take it, but if anyone else in the group did take it, I can post the update so that you guys can follow along with your trades and like with what profits you've been making for the day. Because a lot of people want to journal their own trades, and in order for them to do that, they need a markup to see where they made their entry and whatnot. So, all right. All right, guys, you can see the market is just going back and forth. There's no clear direction. It's kind of just bouncing back and forth as we go. This might be the next high right there if price doesn't end up 1, 2, 3. Yeah, if price doesn't end up touching this line here in the next 2 or 3 candles, then this is going to be the next high. You also have the next low right here as well. So we'll see what happens here. But like I mentioned, the Fed is going to be speaking in 2 minutes, so you guys got to be careful. this isn't the day to get cocky and to take, risky trades, because it's just a lot of uncertainty in the market. So if you guys do have questions, feel free to drop your questions in the chat. I'm available to answer any questions that you guys have. And if you guys need help with anything specific, just let me know so I can help you guys out with that. So let's see. This would technically be a scalp press sell if it closes below here. Let's see. 5 seconds. Nope. So no entry there because it didn't close below there. But if it did close below there, then it would have been a valid entry. However, looking at this here now, since you can see that price came down and it tested this this swing low, this is no longer the swing low. So we're going to move this, and this is now the swing low below here. So something to keep in mind, to be aware of. Nice. Trading okay, said 1 minute buy, 1 minute buy, bang, quick 100 pips. Nice. Yeah, no, definitely. It hit like really quick. That was one that I just marked up earlier. Let's see. Nice. Vincent said, if only I took my normal 10 lot. So Vincent here is being careful. He took smaller lot sizes. His first buy over here, he made 2,160. Now he's trading with smaller lot size because he knows how risky it is. He locked in a total of 2,257. So definitely great work right there, Vincent. Oh, and he actually took the buy that we mentioned right there. So great work right there, Vincent. We're just looking for whatever's to come here. If price ends up closing above this line right here, then this would technically be a 1 minute scalp using the high-low strategy. But price would need to close above there. So in order for it to qualify, we need to close above there. So we'll see what happens here. All right, 7 o'clock, guys. The Fed is starting to speak right now. Let me see if there is. I don't think they have a link here on CNBC, but yeah, the Fed is going to start speaking shortly. All right, so we'll see what happens here. There you go. As price closes above there. If price ends up closing above there, then that's going to be an entry using the high-low strategy. 44 seconds right here. See what happens here. This is a kind of a big candle though, so it might be a little risky, but we'll see what happens off this move. Yeah, so this is another thing to keep in mind, guys. If the candle is too big, I usually don't want to take it. The reason for that is because it's going to have to pull back a little bit, right? Like this candle right here is about, it's not a huge candle, but it's still kind of big. It's going to be a little risky for you to be taking trades like that because it's going to have to pull back slightly before it continues pushing up higher. Sometimes it doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen sometimes. So just something to keep in mind if you guys decided to take any specific trades here. So there we go right there. I'm actually in this position. I already hit my TP, so I made 1,000. I'm sorry, my volume was off. So actually, this is what I was waiting for, right? I was waiting for price to close above here, and then I was going to enter it. So I entered it as soon as it closed. This candle wasn't as big as I thought, right? Because we were trying to measure it. It's only about 100 pip move. So that's why I hopped into this and I took the trade. So I'll give you guys a little update for that because I did take that trade there. So this is something that I'm going to actually count as like one of my trades. And I'll send you guys my profit as well. This is why it's key that you guys understand the strategies that we're applying, and you guys are waiting for these moves to happen. Because before that move happened, I was like, I'm waiting for it to close above this line. If the candle is too big, then I'm going to wait. However, this candle didn't close too big. It closed halfway down here, and that's why I took it. So let me give you guys a little update right there, and then let me screenshot my profit so that you guys can see that. I actually take these trades. Whenever I tell you guys I'm going to take something or I'm looking for something specific, I actually take the trade. I'm not just telling you guys, oh, take this trade and whatnot. I made about 1,300 off my first account. And then same thing off my, the other one, there's some slippage there. So off my other account, I only made 790. So as you can see, the market is crazy, crazy volatile right now. Let me give you guys a little update here. So there's that. And there's that. You can see that I took these on 2 different accounts. For this one right here, my copier, it only locked in 790. A little bit of some slippage there, which is okay, it happens. But here's my main account. I locked in. You can see the green line here because it hit my TP. That's why I have that automated TP. So when I enter the trade, I don't have to set the TP. It locked me out at about 1,310. So it's not bad. I'm currently up about 2,000 for the day because about across both of my accounts here, I'm up 1,300, and then this one 790. So that's well over 2,000 for both accounts. Locked in. Nice profit off that K² US 30 1 minute high low scalp. So like guys, as long as you guys know what to listen for and you guys are following along and you guys know the strategies, you guys know exactly when to enter. There's a lot of you guys here who actually caught it. You know, Clyde here caught it as well. He's in profit. Also over here, Romanio took the buy, locked in 3,035. And then myself right here, obviously. So definitely great work amongst everyone over here. Let me give a little update the rest of the groups for you guys here who are following it. Again, right here, I just saw a couple people send profit. So if you guys made profit off that trade, or if you guys want me to share your trades, you know, just send them in and then I'll add them to the list here. So I think Adrian sent them in, right? So Adrian here took that buy as well, locked in a total of 864 for the day. Great work, Adrian. And you can see these are all different people in the group who are profiting. It's not just, you know, one person or 2 people. It's like hundreds of people here. Roman as well. Roman just sent me his profits. He locked in a total of 1,229. Great work, Roman. All wins, no losses here. He traded Ethereum. He's been trading US 30 all morning with us, taking these buys. So amazing work right there, Roman. So if you guys have more profits, send them over. Otherwise, you know, we'll continue to analyze as we go further. So nice profit off that right there for whoever caught it with me. Seems like a lot of you guys did. So other than that, we'll see if there's anything else. Looking at the 3 minute over here, this technically would be the daily entry, guys. I mean, it's too late for me to enter this trade, so I don't think I'm going to take it, but we'll follow it obviously to see where it goes. So I mean, if anyone wants to take it, you know, take it at your own risk. I don't want to take it right now because it's just too late. I don't like entering it late. I'd rather just take it as it comes. But I'll put an alert here to see if it actually hits TP. And again, guys, this isn't an official strategy yet. This is a strategy that we're still testing. So it's not something that I'm like fully comfortable with yet. Also, you know, this strategy hasn't even been like, we only applied it like yesterday. Yesterday was the first day we applied it and it hit TP. This is another day, and I just don't feel comfortable trading, you know, such a big move like that because of how the market's currently moving right now. Plus, the Fed is speaking. I prefer to take the smaller moves here because you can just get in and out really quickly versus taking the bigger moves because you don't really know what's going to happen when the Fed speaks. Microsoft has shut down LinkedIn in China. Wow, so there's a lot of stuff here going on behind the scenes, guys. This is probably going to mess with the NASDAQ. Microsoft is also part of the Dow 30. So this is probably going to affect the market. As you can see right here, the Dow index, Microsoft is one of the green stocks right now. So it's something that can be affected. So just be careful, guys, right now. The market might start moving a little funky because Microsoft just shut down LinkedIn in China. So that's going to affect the market. There's also some tech talk right here going on for CNBC. There's just a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes, right? A lot of stuff behind the scenes that, I mean, I don't necessarily have any interest in, but it's going to affect the market. So that's something to just keep an eye out for. All right, other than that, let me see if I missed anything else. Zachary, you can't do it on your phone. So I just saw your messages right here. You can't do the auto TP stop loss on your phone. You have to be doing it on the computer app. So, or maybe you can. I don't know. I've never done it on the app. I don't use a phone app or the iPad app. So but I'm pretty sure you can because I've seen other people's app and it's a different setup. It's not the same. So yeah, Zachary, if you are on the computer, just right click on your chart, click depth of market. But I don't think you can do it on the phone app. I mean, you can probably play around with it, maybe look on YouTube. And there might be a way, but I personally haven't tried it myself. So I can't really give you advice on that. Sorry. Yeah, no problem, Zachary. All right, so let me scroll up real quick. I'm gonna see if there's any other questions here. If you guys do have questions, drop your questions in the chat. Otherwise, we'll keep looking for some possible scalps here, but we're gonna be careful because the Fed is currently speaking right now at 7. Also, we have news coming up at 7:30, which is natural gas storage, and then we have crude oil inventories at 8 o'clock. So I don't know if I'm going to be taking any more trades for the day. I'll be looking for trades. If I see something that looks really good, kind of like what we did right here for this buy, then maybe I'll take it. However, if I don't see anything good, then I'm probably just going to I'm just going to sit out the market, because today's just not a day to be taking these crazy risks, right? It's hard for me to really explain to people who don't understand. So I got to sneeze. Man, these allergies. This weather's so weird. It goes like here in California, it'll be like freezing in the morning, and then as soon as it hits like noon, it's like 80 degrees here. So it's like messing with my allergies. All right, anyways, going back to the market here, like I was just mentioning, the fundamentals are still very, very green. So it's still going to be very bullish. However, we do have a couple news events, and obviously these little breaking news things that are coming up that are going to obviously affect the market one way or another. I personally think price is probably going to keep pushing up because the Fed generally says good things about the market. We have Fed member Bostic speaking right now. And then again, later, we have Fed member Barkin. So they're basically going to be saying stuff about, whatever they're going through with the economy and whatnot. However, I don't think it's going to be a smooth move up. It's not just going to be a spike up. It's probably going to be a spike to the upside and then a drop back down, right? They're not going to make it that easy for people to just, make profit in the market, especially when it's like being highly manipulated like it is right now. For this right here, this technically would be a buy entry for the pivot scalp, but I don't think I would take that. I prefer to take these scalps right here because they're more of a quicker move. You're basically catching liquidity as it pushes through these price points right here versus catching it in the middle. Because the problem with catching it in the middle right here is that, it's enough space, but what could happen here is price might come up slightly and then it'll just come right back down and it'll just range within this area. So that's like this is where you don't want to be trading. You don't want to be trading within the range. You definitely want to trade when price breaks out of it and it's moving directional so that you don't have to worry about your trade. Because the last thing you want to do is enter within a range and it just goes sideways. And then you think it's going to come up, but then when you least expect it, it just comes crashing right back down, right? Because I'm sure you guys have seen that before, where you get caught in a range or when price is consolidating, and then you're just nervous the whole time because you're not sure where price is going to be going. And you guys don't want to feel that way, right? You never want to feel nervous about trading. You want to be confident. You want to know that price is going to be going your direction. Because if you don't, you're just going to keep getting stressed out, and then you're just going to lose trades because you're going to pull out too early or you're going to pull out too late, and it's just it's just a hot mess. So other than that, Falcon, no, the link that I showed you guys is for Mac. It's not for the app. I'm not sure. You probably clicked the wrong thing, Falcon. So let me go over here real quick. MetaTrader 4. So yeah, let me just see if I can pull this over. So if you go on the MetaTrader 4 website, this isn't an app. This is an OS device. So this is Mac OS, right? You probably clicked on something else over. You clicked on this Apple button. It's not the Apple button, it's the Mac OS button right here. Well, because you said you downloaded the app, right? So you said it's only for tablets and phones. That's probably because you clicked this Apple button right here. This is for an Apple app. Mac OS is this button right here. So you probably just clicked the wrong button. That's what I'm thinking. And it's not going to be a MetaTrader 5, it'll be MetaTrader 4. So I think because there are two different things right here. You can see it says iPhone and iPad. Well, you can't see my finger pointing at it, but you can see right there it says download MetaTrader for iPhone, iPad. So you did the wrong thing. This is the OS right here. So if you want to try it. It should work because that's what I use myself. A lot of people get confused with that. So I think that should be good. Yeah, no problem. So just let me know if you still have issues with it, Falcon. Falcon says, sorry, I can't seem to download it. Yeah, let me know if you still have issues with it, but I think you should be fine because that's the same one that I did myself. Emma said US 30 is not fun today. It's been super choppy, but it's been fun for us because all the trades you've been taking have been hitting, Emma. So like Adrian here, all wins. Clyde, all wins. Myself, I just took one trade, but there were wins too. So we've been winning here. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say it's not fun, but I mean, if you're not winning, then obviously it's not going to be fun, but it is very choppy. So I do feel your pain with regard to the choppiness of current price. But I mean, for the most part, it's been fun for us because we've been patient. We're just waiting for specific trades, right? Like looking at this right here, if this closes above, then this would, with the buy signal, it would technically be a buy entry. However, if it rejects off this point right here, doesn't break above it, then this is no longer the high. We would have to wait for a new high. But yeah, no, I agree with you though. US 30 is not, it's not, I would say it's not playing nice. I wouldn't say it's not fun, but I would say it's not playing nice because it's not necessarily going one way or the other. It's kind of just bouncing around. So right here, you can see price tested it already. That's going to be the 5th requirement right here. It touched the previous swing, so there's no more high here. We just move the high over here. So I wouldn't consider, we would just wait for a new high to be established right here as price continues to move along further. If this ends up coming down, that's cool. Then this will just be the new high right here. But you know, like I mentioned, market is going to move kind of funky because the Fed is speaking right now. I'm not really sure how it's going to be going around here. Falcon said, got it. Thanks. Okay. So it looks like you figured it out, Falcon. No problem. Prometheus said, still trying to figure out how to take no losses, looking like fortune tellers. I mean, yeah, the only reason I know not to take, well, the reason why I have such a high win rate, guys, is because I have so many confluences, right? That's probably the best way for you guys to do it. Like for me specifically, I'll go over my confluences, right? The first confluence that I look at is going to be fundamentals. So if fundamentals are so far in the green, I'm generally looking for buys, right? I only want to take buys because I want to trade in the direction of fundamentals. Another confluence I use is retail sentiment. Currently right now, this is not very useful because it's right down the middle at 52%. But if this was, say if this was like 400 points in the green and this was like 70% short, I'm for sure going to buy because those things balance each other out. So like for me specifically, if I'm seeing this, I mean, obviously it's not, this is why I consider the market kind of risky because I don't have as many confluences. However, if I tie the fundamentals with the technicals here, everything's bullish, right? Technicals are bullish on the 1 minute, 3 minute, 10 minute, etc. And the fundamentals are very bullish, then I'm obviously going to take a buy, but I'm not going to be like full confidence because my other confluence here is not fit. I mean, it is kind of fitting because it's 52% short, but it's not necessarily heavy to the short side where I want to take buys like 100%. So, yeah, I mean, it just comes with like practice, right? For us, you've been here for a while, Prometheus. So you've seen that I've traded US 30 every single morning. I never miss a day. So that's why I'm able to identify things that a lot of people can't. Because the thing is, if you study something well enough and you master it, you'll be able to see things that other people can't, obviously. Like for me, I'm able to analyze, answer questions, take trades at the same time, show profits. I'm doing like so many things at once. But I do the same thing every single day. So it's like the same process for me. That's why I'm here to help you guys out because, you know, I've pretty much mastered US 30 on my own, just through trial and error, you know, finding what doesn't work, finding what works, and then drilling in on what doesn't work so that I can make that better to my advantage. So nothing right there at all. Let's see. Fernando said, thank you, Shawn. I gained 45% on my small account. Credit to your advice. Looking forward to someday joining your team again. No, definitely, Fernando. I know you're back at work, or I know something happened when you were, you had to take a break, but I'm glad to see that you're still profiting with this, even without being in the premium, right? So Fernando here was a premium member before. He got busy, so he had to just, you know, trade with us from time to time. And he still comes on the YouTube and he's up 45% just off the free YouTube. And that's not even being on the premium. If you're on the premium, you're going to have better opportunities because you're going to be able to copy our trades real time. But, you know, Fernando's an example of you still being successfully and not being in the premium. However, Fernando does understand the benefits of being in the premium because you'll have things real time. But Daddy over here, so he was in profit 145 yesterday. This is day 2 for him on his challenge, or his funded account, actually. So this was his funded account here. He made 145 yesterday, and this is his funded account for day 2. He's in profit, a total of 244 for the day. All wins, no losses right here, right? Straight wins right here. So it's all about consistency and knowing what you're doing. So definitely big congrats to you, Badadi. Let me save that right there. Eunice over here. So Eunice said, I got back from the negative 1K profit slightly, done for the day, took that 3-minute buy. So Eunice actually took this buy here, the 3-minute buy, and then he's pulled out in profit already. So looking at Eunice over here, you guys can see that he takes responsibility for his losses, right? So in the morning, he said he made a mistake on London Open. He took that big loss right there. So he just was building his way back up. He made it back to negative 129. Currently, right now, he took this 3-minute buy that I just mentioned to you guys, and he's now back in profit. So now he's done for the day because he understands that he's made mistakes for the day. So he's, he's just calling it a day because he needs to go clear his mind and then come back with a clear mindset so that he can continue trading. So definitely great work right there, Eunice. And that's a key reminder for you guys, right? If you guys understand that you guys have been making mistakes, you guys have to understand when it's time to take a break and then just sit out the market. So great work, Eunice. Take a break. You've had a crazy month so far. I mean, so Eunice's goal every day is to make 1,000 euros. Today, obviously, he didn't make 1,000 euros, but you can see yesterday on the 13th, he made 1,154 euros. The day before that, on the 12th, he made 1,203 euros. So he's pretty much up to par with his day. He wants to make 4,000 euros a week. So currently, right now, if you look at all of his profits, he's currently up. So let's see how far Eunice is to his goal for the week. So he has 1,200, and we'll just round this up, 204 euros again right here. For yesterday, he locked in a total of 1,204 plus 1,155 euros. And I think the day before that as well. Yeah, 1,194. So he's currently up 1,194. He's currently up 3,543 euros. And then again, right here, he made about 127. So plus 127. He's up 3,670 euros. So by tomorrow, he wants to be at 4,000. He just needs to make 400 euros left. And you can see right here, the 3-minute scalp is about to hit full TP. So definitely great work amongst everyone here so far. It got close and then it came back down. This is what I'm talking about, the market being manipulated, right? You guys got to be careful with this. Yeah. So you can see price got really close to the TP and then it came right back down. It's just the market's going to move kind of crazy right now, guys, because there's a lot of news going on. We also have the natural gas storage coming out at 7:30. So in about 10 minutes, we're going to have some news coming up. But other than that, man, that was close. It was like literally right there. And then it came right back down. So great profits amongst everyone here. Let me scroll over here real quick. Patricia said she's done for the day. She's up 2,613. Nice work, Patricia. Angela over here, she's up a total of 1,158, just trading Dow 30 today. Nice work, Angela. So it's cool. She's doing the high-low scalp strategy, the one that we've been applying here on the 1 minute. And you can see that she has set TPs every time, right? Every time she goes for 200 bucks, 200 bucks here, there, and there. So she just keeps adding up these profits, which is really good, Angela. So great work right there. Full TPs all around. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 full TPs back to back to back. Great work, Angela. Looking at Sisuk over here, he's currently at 447 on this account. Nice work, Sisuk. Emmanuel over here, Emmanuel said, yeah, it's overextending too much. So he's currently on his 100K eval for MFF. He took a few losses, but then he made it right back. So he's currently in profit, 1,247. So he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wins and 1 loss, which is not even a big loss right there. So great work right there, Emmanuel. Let's see, Dejan over here. So Dejan's back today as well. He's currently up 181 for the day. So he did some nice profits last night, it looks like, or actually that's this morning. So he took the buy there. He locked in 181, but he took a couple trades before that as well. Or this is from yesterday, sorry. So yesterday from the 13th, he locked in about 1,270, total of 2,121 for the day. Nice work, Dejan. Yeah. So as you guys can see here, there's a ton of people here profiting. It's like literally impossible for you guys not to do well in K2 unless you guys aren't following directions. Like you guys, as long as you guys follow directions and do things properly, like you guys can see, there's a ton of people here, right? These are all different people. Dr. Strange, which is Dejan. I only know the real names because, Dejan's been part of K2 for a while. Emmanuel here, his name's so chewy, but his real name's Emmanuel. And K2 is a community, guys. Like I actually know every single person in the group, right? Every person in the group, like we all talk to each other. We're all a real community. We all like help each other out. The 3 minute just hit full TP right there for 500 pips. So big congrats to whoever caught it. Full move right there. So let me give you guys a little update right there. Yeah, that's crazy, man. What a great trading day. I mean, I didn't take the trade there. I wish I would have taken it, but it went up with like little to no drawdown. All right, guys, there goes another one. Yeah, and that's what makes the group different, guys. That's what makes K2 different from like a lot of other groups, because we're actually like, we're really a community here, and we really want people to all succeed at trading. There's no competition here. Literally, like we want everybody to win, because we're all applying the same strategy, right? It's like impossible for you guys to get this stuff wrong, because there's a requirement. It's like a checklist, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? It's not subjective, like looking at price action and saying, oh, this is like a certain point, or this is supply and demand, or anything like that. We don't look for that stuff. We all look for like specific requirements. So when I take a trade, someone else here might take a trade, and we're all here, making profit off that. Miles said palm sweating. So he took the trade there, locked in a total of 1,352. So he took that buy there. He took at least, he took like 2 or 3 buys there. He took the buys, and it pretty much carried him over for the entire day. So he made a couple losses over here early, but these 3 trades right here, all straight wins for a total of 1,352 net profit for the day. Great work, Miles. That's a nice recovery there. And you trusted the move, and you caught it, the entire thing. So definitely great work right there, guys. Looking at this over here, let me see if I missed anything else. Narith over here locked in a total of 2,475. So he took that trade off this this bullish move right here, and then he caught the full move as it pushed up. So definitely great work there, guys. Other than that, I don't really see anything else right now. Here we go. As price continues to move up higher and higher. This is gonna be the new high. Yeah, I'll have to see, what else is going on here. Let me see if there's any. The natural gas storage is going to be released in about 5 minutes. So guys, if you guys do have questions, drop your questions in the chat. It's getting close to 8, so it's getting close to my time to sign off. But I can answer any questions that you guys have. Prometheus said, only scared because as soon as I hop in, somehow right when price wants to reverse and take a loss, then recover, got to win 3 more. Yeah, so Prometheus, I hate when that happens, Prometheus. That's why, and that happens to me all the time too. That's why for me with this strategy here, I added this other requirement. I basically don't want to trade where something's been tested more than once, or even tested once. Like for example here, this would be the high, but I wouldn't be considering this a high because it doesn't fit the 5th requirement. This is a requirement that I added because I kept getting caught in those moves like that. Like, as soon as you enter the trade, it just reverses on you. So now I added this requirement, and that doesn't happen to me anymore, thankfully. So that's something that, if you're applying these strategies, something to possibly look out for. Maybe I'll apply those to the other ones as well, because it seems to have stuck with a lot of the entries that I've been taking. So we'll move this here. This is no longer a high because it's been tested already. We got to wait for a new high to be established. Other than that, let me see if there's any other questions here. So let me scroll up real quick. I'm going to go through the Zoom. If you guys put a question there and I missed it, just drop your question again, and then I will, I'll get to it. So I'm just scrolling down real quick, see if I've missed anything. Nice. Yeah, Kip said 3-minute pivot scalp hit TP a while ago. So I missed that move there too. Oh, and that was the same move that was right there as well. So that hit. Let's see. Yeah, said, God bless you, Shawn. You're the man. No, definitely. Yeah, I'm here to make sure that all you guys are profitable. Randall said, Shawn, for this 3-minute trade, was that an official? So Randall, I'm not sure. Have you been paying attention like for the session? Because, I mentioned that we drew this here. This strategy is a work in progress. So there's no specific strategy that we were following. We're still testing the strategy. So I don't know if you are just joining, like, because I saw you were here earlier, or I don't know if you just like rejoined later, but we were going over this. This is a strategy that we're testing. This is one that Deswell, one of our members, thought of. He basically applies the daily strategy on the 3-minute. And this is, you can see right there, it says unfinished in progress because it's not an official strategy yet. Let me see if there's anything else right here. The professor is asking, what site are you using to determine retail trader sentiment? Professor, you can use IG. So just Google IG sentiment US 30, and then it'll come up. Let me see if I can pull it up over here. IG sentiment US 30. If you just Google that, or I can give you the link too. You just Google IG sentiment US 30, it'll be this first one right here. And I'll just copy the link and I'll post it in the chat as well so that you can get it. All right, here's the Zoom chat if you want to take it right there. Oh, thanks, Ellis. Okay, perfect. So Ellis already posted it. Let me scroll down a little bit. Faiz is asking about the K2 high-low indicator. It's not out yet, Faiz. We're still testing that indicator. Professor is asking if I trade on Fridays. So I'm live on Fridays, but I don't always trade. Like I'll just be on the live and I'll be answering questions or I'll be analyzing the charts. But I'm not always trading, because Fridays and Mondays are probably the most risky days to trade because the market is opening on Monday and then the market's closing on Friday. So I don't necessarily always trade on Friday. I mean, I'm on the session. If I see something good, then yeah, sometimes I'll take it. But days like NFP, I usually don't take it. Other than that, I mean, it's just a hit or miss, right? I got to play it by ear to see if I like the trades during that day or not, or if I find it risky, because for me, it's all about accuracy. I'm not necessarily looking for quantity trades. I'm looking for the quality of trade. So if the market's too risky on a Friday, I'm not going to take a trade. But if it's good enough for me to trade, then yeah, I'll take it. So it just depends, it's really subjective. Depends on the day. So yeah, I will be online tomorrow. It's just I don't know if I'll be taking any actual trades. No, definitely. A professor said, I'm absolutely loving this community. No, definitely, professor. I know you came and you need, you were looking to grow with the community, and you're definitely found the right group to grow with, because we're all here for the same goal, right? We all want everyone to be profitable. We all want everyone to be on the same level, right? Obviously, people aren't on the same level. You can see everyone's profits here. Some people are profiting. So technically, everyone's on the same level because everyone's winning. However, everyone's making different profits, right? Like Dijon here, he's up 2,000 right here, right? And Emmanuel here, although he took more trades, he's in less because he's taking a smaller lot size. So it just really depends on the person, right? Some people take bigger lot sizes, some people take smaller lot sizes. But the main key here is that everyone's consistent, right? Just looking at everyone's trades here, we have way more wins than losses. We rarely lose. Like we probably lose like maybe, once or a couple times a month for me personally. But other people here, you can see that their wins always outweigh the losses over time. Well, not over time, it's pretty much every day. Like Romani over here, all wins. Tommy over here, all wins, one loss. Right, RJ over here, all wins, up 4,000. So Romani again, all wins. So that's the key here, guys. I just want to make sure that you guys are all consistent, because the thing is, if you guys are consistent, even if you make small profits, they're going to add up over time. It's just going to keep adding up. But yeah, guys, I think that's it for all the questions. I don't see any other questions here. I don't even see any other entries. So let me check real quick. Yeah, I don't really want to trade anymore because we do have natural gas storage that was just released. And then we also have Fed member Barkett speaking. So Fed member Bostic didn't really push price that much. I mean, he did push price because you can see price obviously went up right here when he started speaking from like 7. So he spoke here at 7. And then you can see from like 7 up until now, price pushed up, right? So if you guys see right here from 7 o'clock up until now, like I mentioned before, if you guys remember from the beginning of the session, I said the Fed usually says good things about the economy. So he said good things and price spiked up right here. We have Barkin coming up at 7 and at 8. And the problem with that is that price is already pushed up. So price might be manipulated to the downside before it spikes right back up. So it's something to, be careful of and to be wary of if you guys are still going to be trading during that time, because the last thing you guys want to do is get caught in some market manipulation or some like whipsaws in price, which is probably going to be happening when he starts speaking. So other than that, I think that's it for the session today. If you guys do have questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I'm here to help out, right? I want all you guys to be successful. I want all you guys to be consistent. Twan over here is at 15K for the day. Dang. So for this trade right here, he caught this from like the bottom. You can see that he took this trade yesterday and he just held on to it until today for just, a random hold that he decided to hold for. And it pushed up all the way up. So he made a big profit off that, but this is from this morning. He took this morning when we took that buy for the 3-minute and he locked in 2,411. So definitely great work right there. Maddie too right here. So Maddie said, LOL, held this buy since Asia yesterday. So we held this trade from yesterday, locked in a total of 11,630. Nice work, bro. So moves like that don't always happen, but if you guys do catch the move, it's going to be, it's going to pay off, right? So definitely, great work, guys. So other than that, I think that's it for this session. If you guys do have questions, feel free to reach out to me through email or Telegram. I have a lot of messages to get through on Telegram. I also have a lot of emails to get through as well for the day. So if I don't get back to you by today, I will definitely get back to you by tomorrow. So if you guys do have questions, feel free to reach out. Keep in mind that there's news coming up, guys. So, big reminder to you guys. I can't emphasize this enough because a lot of you guys still keep trading when there's news. And I would try to warn you guys as much as possible not to trade, because the last thing you want to do is throw away all your profits that you made here with me on the live session. So next news to come up is crude oil inventories at 8 o'clock. That's going to affect the markets, medium news. And then at 10 o'clock, we have Fed member Barkin speaking. So basically the rest of the New York session is going to be a little bit risky because we do have news coming up. So if you guys do want to keep trading, just remember to protect your positions and use smaller lot sizes if necessary. And you can see prices starting to come down right here, right? You guys got to be careful. Don't throw away your profits from the live session. So other than that, I'll catch you guys on the next live session tomorrow as we wrap up the trading week. And if you guys do have questions, always feel free to reach out. Otherwise, we can talk.